Hello, welcome to this CIRS Chem Reader online class. This series of online classes will provide a brief introduction to global chemical regulations and global GHS, with advice on how to reach compliance and fulfill obligations. My name is Yolanda Zhang and I'm a Senior Chemical Regulatory Affairs Consultant at CIRS Group. In this session, we will talk about polymer registration requirements under REACH-like regulations. I will guide you through key compliance aspects for polymers under major regulatory frameworks, including the EU, UK, South Korea, China, Taiwan, and Turkey. Regarding the definition of polymer, most regions adopt the OECD definition. A polymer is defined as a substance composed of molecules characterized by a sequence of one or more types of monomer units. It must consist of a simple weight majority of molecules containing at least 3 monomer units that are covalently bound to at least one other monomer unit or reactant. Additionally, the substance must contain less than a simple weight majority of molecules of the same molecular weight. Such molecules should be distributed across a range of molecular weights, wherein differences in the molecular weight are primarily attributable to differences in the number of monomer units. In the EU, China, South Korea, and Taiwan, polymers are further specified that over 50% weight-by-weight of the substance must be made up of polymer molecules containing at least 3 monomer units, and the proportion of polymer molecules with the same molecular weight must be less than 50% weight-by-weight. Under EU REACH, polymer itself is exempt from registration. However, monomers or reactants present in the polymer at more than 2% weight by weight must be registered if their annual volume exceeds 1 ton. Similarly, UK REACH and Turkey REACH mirror EU REACH requirements. Registrants are required to register the monomers and reactants rather than the polymer itself. In contrast, South Korea, China, and Taiwan require the registration of polymers as whole substances. These regions have also introduced the definition of polymers of low concern with largely consistent criteria based on number average molecular weight, lower molecular weight content, oligomeric species, presence of specific reactive functional groups, solubility, stability, and other parameters. Under K-REACH, both new polymers and existing polymers with an annual volume exceeding 1 ton require registration. If a polymer qualifies as a PLC, an exemption confirmation accompanied by a GPC report and a residual polymer content report can be submitted to KECO to apply for registration exemption. Otherwise, the polymer must be registered according to the tonnage. Polymer registration demands less data than non-polymer registration, but requires additional information such as acid and base stability tests, GPC tests, and residual monomer content tests. Existing polymers that are not classified as PLC substance may also be applicable for pre-registration. In China, only new polymers not listed in the IEC-SC are subject to MEP Alter 12. If a polymer qualifies as a 2% polymer or a PLC and does not fall under the exclusion criteria, it may undergo polymer filling without activity quantity restrictions. 2% polymer refers to polymer containing no more than 2% of monomers or reactants that are new chemical substances. Supporting documents such as GPC reports and stability test reports are required to prove that the polymer meets the filling conditions. For polymers that do not qualify for polymer filling, regular filling or standard or simplified registration applications should be submitted based on tonnage. Under certain conditions, polymers are exempt from submitting health toxicology, ecotoxicology data, and environmental risk assessment reports while going through registration. In addition to general data requirements, applicants must provide polymer-specific information, including lists of monomers and reactants, molecular weight and distribution, polymerization reaction mechanisms, residue monomer content, and the presence of the metal or their cations. Under Taiwan REACH, if a polymer is an existing chemical substance listed in TCSI, registration requirements are the same as for general substances, with no special provisions. For new chemical substances that meet the PLC definition, applicants may apply for prior PLC confirmation. Once approved, the polymer is exempt from registration if the annual tonnage does not exceed 1 ton per year. For volumes above 1 ton per year, only a small quantity registration with very limited information requirements is required. Polymers that do not qualify as PLCs still face lower data requirements compared to non-polymers. For tonnage band of less than 1 ton per year, 1 to 10 ton per year, and above 10 ton per year, the data requirements are equal to small quantity, simplified, and level 1 standard registration on general substance, respectively. Applicants must also provide additional polymer-specific details, such as molecular weight and monomer information. In summary, while the EU, UK, and Turkey exempt polymers from registration but require registration of monomers and reactants, South Korea, China, and Taiwan has established more detailed PLC criteria and offer reduced data requirements for qualifying polymers. CIRS has extensive experience in polymer registration under REACH-like regulations. With offices in China, Europe, South Korea, and other regions, we are well equipped to support polymer registration in these jurisdictions. If you require further guidance on polymer registration, please feel free to contact us via service@cirs-group.com. We would be delighted to assist you. That's it for today's online class, and see you in the next session.